Hey everyone, and welcome back to Trending Echo. For those of you joining us for the first time, welcome. And of course, a huge shout out to our returning viewers.
Always great to have everyone here.
So before we get started, please like and subscribe. The drill, it really does help us out.
It does. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, so you guys sent in a bunch of sources on energy fields, and wow, I have to say, this is a really fascinating collection of stuff.
It really is.
We've got ancient texts and scientific papers, even like personal development guides, all about energy fields. It's a lot.
It is.
And, it seems like you're not just interested in like the theory of energy fields, but how to actually work with them in your lives.
Yeah, for sure. It's a topic that bridges, well, some people might call woo-woo, with what's considered hard science,
Really?
There's a real hunger out there to understand these unseen forces, and your sources offer a pretty really diverse range of perspectives on it.
Okay, so let's get into it. Before we get into the specifics, I think it'd be good, helpful to establish a baseline. What exactly are energy fields?
Yeah.
And why should we even care? I mean, we can't see them, can we?
Well, that's what's interesting. You can't see them in the same way you can see, a chair or a tree or whatever.
Right.
But they're just as real.
Okay.
Think of it this way. Everything in the universe, like everything, the smallest atom to the biggest galaxy, it's all made up of energy. And this energy is always vibrating. And that creates a field around it. It's kind of like an invisible aura, like a signature, but unique to each person. Every object, even emotions.
Okay, so it's more than just like a vibe.
Uh-huh.
Because I've heard people say good vibes and bad vibes. Mm-hmm. Are those just like casual ways of talking about this, or?
Yeah, they're definitely simplified ways of describing it. One of your sources, I think it was a book on energy healing, compares the human energy field, this is kind of fun, to an onion with multiple layers.
Okay.
You've got the physical layer, which is, the health of our body.
Right.
Then you've got the emotional and mental layer. That's where our thoughts and feelings are.
Right.
And then finally, there's the spiritual layer, and that connects us to something bigger than ourselves, like whatever you want to call it. The universe, source energy,
Right.
Whatever resonates with you.
So are you saying that all these layers are like connected? Like, can they affect each other?
Exactly. Like, think about it. When you get sick, when you're physically ill, don't you feel like your mood kind of goes down too?
Yeah, for sure.
And then when you're going through some emotional turmoil, like a breakup or something, you might experience headaches or fatigue. It's all interconnected. The ancient Chinese and Ayurvedic systems, they were onto this a long time ago with their focus on energy flow,
Right.
And meridians, these pathways of energy throughout the body.
So it's not just like this new age fluffy stuff. There's a real history to it.
Yep.
But here's what I'm really curious about. If our thoughts and feelings are part of this energy field, does that mean that they can actually like shape the energy around us?
Yeah.
That seems really powerful.
It is. One of your sources, a research paper, I think from the Energetics Institute, uses a good analogy. Imagine dropping a pebble into like a still pond.
Yeah.
It creates ripples that go outward, right?
Yeah.
Our thoughts and emotions work the same way. They send out these vibrations and they ripple through our energy field, and they can even impact the energy of other people around us.
Wait, hold on. So you're saying like my bad mood could actually be giving other people like bad vibes.
It's not about, blame or infection or anything like that.
Yeah.
Think of it more like tuning forks.
Okay.
You have two tuning forks, they're close together, you strike one, well, the other one will start to vibrate at the same frequency.
Yeah.
Our energy fields, they're constantly like interacting and influencing each other.
Wow.
But remember, you have the power to choose what frequency you're on.
Okay.
You're the DJ.
Okay, so then how do we change the channel, so to speak?
Right.
If we're like stuck in this negative loop, how do we shift our energy to a more like positive frequency?
Yeah, that's the $1 million question, isn't it?
Right.
And luckily your sources, they offer some practical guidance.
Okay.
Several of them, they mention things like mindfulness and meditation.
Okay, but how do those actually help? Like with our energy?
Think of it like this. Mindfulness is a way to become aware of like the DJs in your mind,
Okay.
the thoughts and emotions that are constantly playing. Instead of just letting them run wild, you can start to just observe them without judgment. And this creates like a space for you to choose which songs you want to amplify.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I struggle with meditation. Like my mind just won't quiet down.
Yeah, that's really common. But one of your sources I think it was a guide to energy practices,
Okay.
points out that meditation isn't really about stopping thoughts altogether. It's about noticing them and then gently, like, guiding your attention back to your breath or a chosen focus.
So it's like a practice, not like a destination.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And like any practice, it gets easier over time, Even just a few minutes a day, it can have a significant impact on your energy field. That Energetics Institute paper, the research paper, suggests that like even 10 minutes of, focused loving kindness meditation can boost your immune system. It's like it's like your positive energy is like fighting off disease.
Wow. Yeah, that's something I can get behind.
Yeah.
So we've got, ancient wisdom traditions, modern scientific research. We've even got practical exercises. But I'm noticing a theme here. A lot of these sources are talking about like this interconnectedness of everything, this concept of unity consciousness. Like, what exactly does that mean?
Yeah, it's a big idea.
Yeah.
It's been explored by mystics and philosophers for centuries. Basically, it suggests that we're not like isolated.
Right.
We're not just individuals, but we're like interconnected parts of a larger like web of life. Everything is energy. And we're all kind of like swimming in the same cosmic ocean, so to speak.
Okay. That sounds pretty out there.
I know.
But like, how does that actually apply to my life?
Oh, remember those gut feelings you mentioned?
Yeah.
Like the ones where you just know something's right or wrong, even if you can't really explain it?
Yeah.
Your sources, they suggest that those intuitive hits, those could be glimpses of unity consciousness, like your energy field, picking up on these subtle cues from other people's energy fields, even at a distance.
So I'm not making things up. Like, those feelings are real.
They're totally real. And the more you pay attention to them, the more your intuition develops.
Okay.
Think about the implications of that, though. Like,
Yeah.
if we're all energetically connected, then everything we do, like all our actions, our thoughts, emotions, they have these like ripple effects that go way beyond ourselves.
Right.
So kindness and compassion and love, they become more than just like nice ideas, you know? They're powerful forces that contribute to like a more harmonious and loving world.
Okay, I think I'm starting to get the bigger picture here.
Yeah.
So we've got this energy field around us.
Mhm.
It's affected by our thoughts and feelings, and it's like interacting with the energy of everyone and everything else. But like, how do we actually work with it? How do we make it work for us?
Yeah. Yeah, that's where the practical techniques come in,
Okay.
One of the sources, A Guide to Manifesting with Energy, describes this method called magnetic visualization.
Okay.
It's all about like consciously creating these really vivid mental pictures like in your mind of your energy field and like how you want it to interact with the world.
So it's like we're actively shaping our energy with our imagination.
Exactly. And this can be used for, manifesting goals too.
Right.
Like if you imagine like really feel the feeling of already having achieved what you want, it's like you're sending out this powerful message to the universe.
Okay, so like the law of attraction and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still a little skeptical,
Yeah.
Is there any like actual scientific evidence that this stuff works?
Well, the scientific like understanding of manifestation, it's still pretty early, I think.
Yeah.
But there is growing evidence, that our thoughts and beliefs can actually influence reality.
Right.
One of your sources, a study on the placebo effect, highlights how just like believing in a treatment can trigger real changes in the body,
Oh, wow.
like physiological changes,
Right.
even if the treatment itself doesn't actually do anything.
Oh, that's interesting. So, okay. So if our beliefs can affect our like physical health,
Yeah.
maybe it's not that crazy to think they can also affect our energy field.
Right.
So what are some other methods we could use to like, communicate with and direct our energy?
Well, another really powerful technique is affirmations. These positive statements that you repeat to yourself to kind of program your subconscious mind.
I actually use affirmations sometimes. Do you?
True.
Yeah. But I've never thought of them in terms of energy,
Well, that's what's cool about exploring these concepts, I think. It can give you a whole new perspective on stuff, on familiar things that you already do.
Yeah, totally.
Your sources also mention a more like symbolic approach, writing a letter to the universe.
A letter, like what am I supposed to mail it to? Like the cosmos or something?
It's more about the the ritual,
Okay.
of putting your desires and your fears and gratitude, like writing them down on paper. It's like you're having a direct conversation with something bigger than yourself,
Right.
And then you can either keep that letter safe, like, put it away somewhere special,
Okay.
or you could burn it, like symbolically releasing your intentions to the universe.
Okay. That actually sounds kind of like cathartic.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the sources presents this like really, really intriguing concept and asks, like, what if we view life as like a game
Right.
created by like a higher consciousness?
Yeah, it is a thought-provoking idea, isn't it?
It is. It is.
It kind of suggests that maybe we shouldn't take things so seriously,
Right.
that the challenges and the triumphs and all the ups and downs, they're all like part of this cosmic play, designed to help us learn and grow.
I like that idea. But isn't that like kind of irresponsible? Like if it's just a game, then do consequences even matter?
The sources that talk about this, they're careful to say that this is not about, like ignoring responsibility or real world consequences.
Right.
The law of cause and effect still applies,
Yeah.
Our actions have ripple effects, both within the game and in the real world. It's more about shifting our perspective, like seeing life as this grand adventure, this opportunity to like level up our consciousness and make choices that are in alignment with our like highest good.
So it's about finding that balance between playfulness and responsibility?
Exactly. And it is a journey, not a destination, One of your sources, I think it was a book on spiritual growth, even suggests that the game is rigged in our favor, that the universe wants us to succeed and to evolve and to experience joy.
That's a comforting thought. But how do we know what moves to make in this cosmic game?
Right.
How do we know if we're like on the right track?
It can feel kind of overwhelming,
Yeah.
What if I make the wrong choice?
Yes, exactly.
That's where intuition comes in.
Okay.
Remember, that inner voice that we were talking about. It's like your personal GPS, in this cosmic game. Right.
Guiding you towards the experiences and the choices that are aligned with your like soul's purpose.
Oh, okay, but how do I tell the difference between like my intuition and just random thoughts and desires?
Yeah, well, it takes practice.
Right.
One of your sources, a guide to developing intuition, it suggests creating like a trust muscle.
Okay.
You start by just paying attention to those little nudges, the gut feelings, and just see where they lead you. The more you trust your intuition, the more you act on it, the stronger and clearer it becomes.
So it's like learning a new language, the language of energy and intuition.
Exactly, yeah. And don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Even if you like take a detour or whatever, the universe will always redirect you back to your path.
Yeah.
It's all part of the learning process.
Wow. So we're not just like pawns, in some cosmic game.
Yeah.
We have agency. We have intuition. And we have the power to make choices that actually shape our reality.
But what about those times when you feel like you're stuck? Like no matter what you do, you just can't catch a break.
That's where the idea of energy blockages comes in. One of your sources, I think it was a book on energy healing. It describes it as like stuck energy, emotional baggage, limiting beliefs, past traumas, stuff that's like clogging up our energy field, preventing us from moving forward.
So how do we clear those blockages? Like, is there an energetic plumber we can call or something?
You are the energetic plumber.
Oh.
Your sources, they offer all these different techniques, from like energy healing, like Reiki and acupuncture, to emotional release techniques like EFT and shadow work.
Okay, wait, shadow work. What is that?
Yeah, so it's the psychological approach where you like explore those hidden parts of yourself, the shadow self, where we often like bury all our fears and insecurities and those like unresolved emotions, and by like bringing them to light, by integrating them,
Correct.
we can release their energetic hold on us.
No, it's about like facing our inner demons. That sounds kind of intense.
It can be challenging for sure, but it's also incredibly like liberating. Remember those shadows, they're a part of us. They hold a piece of our wholeness.
Yeah.
And by like accepting them and integrating them, that's how we reclaim our power and step more fully into our like true self, our authentic self.
Wow. This is blowing my mind. We've covered so much ground in this deep dive, like from the basics of energy fields to like ancient wisdom traditions, practical techniques, even the concept of life as like a cosmic game. I mean, what's one thing you hope our viewers take away from this?
I hope they realize that they're like powerful creators. They have the ability to work with their energy, to heal themselves, to manifest their dreams. It's not always easy, but it's definitely a journey worth taking.
Absolutely. And for me, I think it's the reminder that we're all connected. You know, that we're part of something so much bigger than ourselves.
Right.
And that our energy matters.
Yeah.
And that by choosing love and kindness and compassion, we're not only like raising our own vibration,
Right.
but we're also contributing to a more beautiful and harmonious world.
Yeah, beautifully said. Before we wrap up, don't forget to share this deep dive with anyone you think might benefit from it, you know?
Right.
Spreading this knowledge is a really powerful way to raise the collective vibration.
Great reminder. And to all of you watching, thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. Your support really means the world to us. Be sure to subscribe to Trending Echo for more deep dives like this one. And let us know in the comments what topics you'd like us to explore next.
Sure.
You know, we're always looking for new adventures.
Until next time, keep shining your light.